Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? How are your studies? Your leisure time? You are wasting or you are doing some activities? Okay. Today's topic is Rutherford. Rutherford experiment as well as Rutherford model. So before Rutherford model, I explain Rutherford experiment. The experiment which proved the existence of a nucleus in the atom. Before, before his work, nucleus position was not mentioned. In 1908, Ernst Rutherford received the Nobel Prize for identification of alpha particle with helium. Alpha particle are equivalent to helium particle. Helium having 2 atomic number and 4 atomic mass. So he said that helium particle equals to alpha particle. Alpha particle is doubly positive charge and it is helium nuclei. During his Nobel Prize speech, he specifies that these atoms of helium are doubly ionized. I said before, it is doubly positive charge. This result causes a sensation because it is the result of ultimate measurements made before his trip to Sweden. He idealized that helium, which is alpha particle, equals to alpha particle. So he tried to do some experiment. Rutherford does not stop there. He continued his researches on the properties of radioactive radiation. In the list of experiments to do after his return from Stockholm, he registered the diffusion of alpha particle, that is to say, how they are. Principle of Rutherford experiment. How he performed that experiment? Actually, he bombarded alpha particle on gold foil. Gold symbol AU, and he bombarded alpha particle on gold foil, right? So he found that when he bombarded alpha particle on gold foil, most of the particles passed through gold foil, but one out of 10 raised to power uh, out of yes 10 raised to power 9, I think so, hit back. Only one particle hit back, make an angle 150 degree. So most of the particles which were passed, he found that the space there is a space, empty space by which alpha particles passed. There is no obstruction. That's why they were passed. It means there is empty place, and that is electron. That is electronic shells. Electrons revolve around the nucleus, so most of the particles passed, and electrons are always moving and high speed. That's why high speed and lightest particle. And one particle which hit back, it is actually positive charge. Helium particle is a positive, and the center is positive, that is proton in the nucleus. Proton positive and helium particle also positive. Helium, that is alpha particle. So same charges repel each other. That's why it hit back. So he said the center is huge, his center is heavy and concentrated and small in size, so and it is positive charge. That's why it hits back. It means this is nucleus. So nucleus is in the center and electron revolve around the nucleus in any atom. This was the Rutherford work. So by bombarding a very thin, again I'm reading, by bombarding a very thin gold foil with the alpha particle, hence Geiger and Ernst Marsden, both students of Rutherford, observed that a small fraction, 1 in 8,000, of these particles were reflected at large angle as if it bounced off a heavy obstacle. The impacts were observed as scintillations in the dark. Under the microscope on a screen of zinc sulfide, Rutherford concluded that the atom contained a heavy heart with positive charge, able to push away the alpha particle. Yes, you understand? This is, I told you, the center is small and heavy, and that's why one particle out of 8,000 hit back. This is nucleus and positive in charge. This was the experiment. This box is the source for alpha particle, that is radioactive element. Radioactive is that which gives radiation, which gives light by itself, continuously emit radiation. So alpha particles is positively charged, doubly positive charge equals to helium particle. When it comes, when it strikes to gold foil, this is gold foil, golden yellow, color of gold, and most of the particles passed. You see purple arrows or yellow lines. These most most of the particles passed. Only one, this one hit back. Okay. And zinc sulfide is a detector. So we are doing Rutherford experiment as well as Rutherford model. Yes, this is most detailed picture of Rutherford experiment. Most of the particles in first circle, peach color circle having blue dots, most of the particles passed, but this one hit back, and most of the particles pass through gold foil, right? This was the Rutherford model. Rutherford model, after the experiment, Rutherford made model. Rutherford model was devised by Ernst Rutherford to describe an atom. Rutherford directed the Geiger-Marsden experiment in 1909, which suggested upon Rutherford 1911 analysis that J. J. Thomson plum pudding model of the atom was incorrect. Before I will tell you in detail J. J. Thomson model that was incorrect. Rutherford new model for the atom based on the experiment results contain new features of a relatively high central charge concentrated into a very small volume in comparison to the rest of the atom, and with the central volume also containing the bulk of the atomic mass, bulk of atomic mass which is present in the center and it is positively charged. That was named as nucleus. Nucleus of an atom. Nucleus is in the center and electron revolve around the nucleus. Okay, I think so it is clear to you. Focus on the diagram, this diagram as well as this one. You can understand, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.